Yeah, man.
I've been muted out this whole fucking time. Thank you, Zin Spanish, for telling me that in chat there.
Yeah, good looking out, man. Good looking
So
out.
we're just gonna do a soft reset on this thing. This is Fly in Formation. My name is Doobyis. I'm here with Deuce Fantastick. I'm honored to have you aboard, dude. You know, I held up some albums that I bought off you in West Edmonton Mall early back in the day, Peep Game stuff.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Can you just tell us about Peep Game? I guess let's start there, man. Like, how did you guys even get the idea to start hand-to-hand in mixtapes and shit in Edmonton? Like,
well, it really came from like the, I guess, Slim Thug Paul Wall era. You know, you saw what they were doing down south, and they were pushing mixtapes out of the trunk like crazy. Or like, back then there was really no other outlet. Actually, we had our album in HMV too. We had the Long Time Coming album in HMV, but before that, we were doing the mixtape tracks, and it wasn't all original production. So we were like, we didn't really have the means to distribute it any other way. So we're like, we got to get this out to the people, and there's no other better way than to do it yourself, you know? So we just went out there as a clique, and we hit up Wade Ave, we hit up every mall in Edmonton, we hit up Calgary, we were at Stampede, we were at K-Days, we were anywhere where there was large crowds of people, we were there, putting our name out, you know what I'm saying? And it was guerrilla marketing, man, and it was a really good learning experience for me, you know? You had to like take 100 no's and get that one yes, and just, you know, keep grinding and keep pushing. And
for real, man. Did you see anybody in Edmonton doing that type of thing? Like prior to you guys, was there a scene doing that?
I mean, I don't know if anyone did it like the way we did it, because we did it like we took this shit serious. Like, but there was a cat, Underdog, shout out Underdog from way back. I don't know if he's still around or whatever, but he was out there. He had his little mixtape, and he was pushing that same one for like as long as we were out there. He was out there, so I have to give a shout out to Underdog, you know. But there were some other cats, I'm sure too, that did their thing. But like we were there for years, man. We really put that work in. We put those steps in. We put that street work in. There's no doubt about it. You know,
yeah,
so
man.
That's it, man.
So I mean, we mentioned it while I was muted, but 30,000 mixtapes sold. That's no small number out in the middle of Edmonton, right? Like the boonies of Edmonton. I would have never guessed anybody was moving that type of mixtapes, dudes.
I'm killing it, man. That's over $300,000, fam. You know,
man.
Obviously, you got to re-up and shit, but. Yeah, man, we invested in like 2002. We opened up Music Box Studios, or 2000. Sorry, it was 2008, maybe something like that.
Okay.
And yes, we took over Stress's old spot, and then we took it into the business route. We did that for about 5 years until like we officially just went our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Peep Game was a blessing, man. We started from the bottom and we kept on moving up. We did a bunch of dope things. We made like 15 mixtapes, if not more. Individual projects. We were doing shows all over the place. It was fun, man. Because I was like in the early 2000s, I was a teenager still, you know. I remember every Friday night we had like a club night at Backroom, and I wasn't even fucking able to get in there, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't know I was 16 yet. So it was a very, very fun time, man, and a lot of learning curves. And
when I told DJ Dice that I was interviewing you today, he goes, "Oh, I remember that guy. He was just a kid when I met him." I was like, he's got to be about as old as I am, dude. We're coming up on 40 here, like shit. It's been a while. He's been on the scene, you know.
But, been out here, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Dude, can I ask you, like, in contrast to back in the day, trying to push mixtapes hand to hand, to now where it's turned into completely internet marketing. I mean, for the most part, completely internet marketing, you know, kind of paying for promo or buying spots on playlists or whatever else, right? Like, I don't know what people do to try to get noticed out here, but there's all sorts of different strategies. But in contrast, would you think it's easier to get heard then, easier to get heard now?
It's easier to get heard now, but it was more financially beneficial to do what we did were doing back then, because like obviously you know what streams are equates to, like fucking less than a penny per stream, right? So you're having to pull in what we pulled in off of 30,000, you have to do like millions upon even probably more than that. So like I feel like it's a different creature, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you don't evolve, you're extinct, right? So you just got to move with the time. So I had to learn this internet game, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I still have my CDs, you know what I mean? With $1 Billion Dreams Volume 1, I just transformed it into like bundles, and I started pushing packages along with merchandise. Shout out to you. I know you cop one of them bad boys, man.
I did, I looked for my what does it say? Fantastic Click or something like that across the top.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I looked for that shirt. I think it's in my hamper or some shit. It's dirty right now. But yeah, definitely in the rotation, man.
Yeah, you gotta figure out different strategies to make that same paper. But I mean, it's good. Like right now, the internet age is crazy because you can be right here in Edmonton, and like right now with these singles I drop, like the majority of the people that are playing it aren't necessarily here, right? And so like you have access to this whole world now, and it's from your backyard essentially. So that's super beneficial, right? So it's just how you can monetize that and you strategically continue to have those people checking on you, right? So that's
well, I think there's something to be said for a small market that it is easier if you're a talented act to get noticed, right? Like because there's not as much competition shoulder to shoulder with you. So yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's also it's so flooded, right? There's 10 everybody and their mom's a rapper nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So like it's so flooded, right? So like, yeah, there's pros and cons for sure.
Can I ask you, will we ever see a Peep Game album again, or what's the status of Peep Game in 2024?
I'm not Nostradamus, man. I don't know what the future holds, you know what I'm saying? But right now I'm focusing on me for sure.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of solo stuff. Yeah.
That's it, man. And it's been working really good for me, and I'm happy where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just pushing my brand now. So like I'm grateful for Peep Game and everything I learned from it, but like my focal point is Fantastic Click. Yeah, and everything that we're working on, you know what I'm saying? So,
and I think I was talking about it when I was muted out like an asshole, but I also mentioned, you know, you've got the $1 Billion Dreams, a couple of those. You had the Memoirs of the Hustler album. You've definitely been dropping a lot of solo work past, you know, 5-6 years now. And the new album, dude, you got 2 singles out from it. You got Pac Alive and Remember September, right?
Remember September just dropped. That's not actually officially on the project. That's just keeping the buzz flowing. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the day and age, because the attention span isn't like all that. So I just got to keep dropping. I just want to be consistent with it. So Remember September was just a freestyle, just kind of free verse, just put out to the world. Just remember I'm still here, still rocking. You know?
Nice. Okay.
So yeah. So I got My Reasons was the first single that I dropped. I think I dropped it in August, and then Pac Alive is the second official single off of the project.
Right.
And then we're going to drop on the 22nd of this month. So Soul Not For Sale on the way. Look out. It's got to be one of my strongest bodies of work by far, man. Just like the growth and just, oh, man. I'm very excited to finally release this to the world, man.
You announced that date anywhere? I couldn't find the drop date for that album.
No, that's it. That's the first time, man. This here we are on fucking Adsick, man.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? October 22nd. Let's get it. Yo, Deuce. Let's do it.
Hell yes. So, dude, Soul Not For Sale, can you talk about what people can expect just from the album coming up? Like, has your style been evolving? I feel like lyrically you've been pretty locked in, but are you choosing the same beats and stuff? Or
this one, I had a lot of fun with this project because everything that I've done like prior, I do the sound engineer, I do a lot of production and shit. On this time, I took a step back and I had my homeboy Mac Milan do all my mixing, and then I got Nat Turner, his brother, to do the full production of the album. So it's kind of like a collaborative album. So it's me and Nat Turner on the beats, and we got Mac mixing it, and then another shout out to my homeboy DJ Herbs. He did the master on that. So this is a very like East Coast sounding, New York style, I would say, album. Okay. More of a golden era feel to it.
Except for Pac Alive, because Pac Alive is definitely not the East Coast feel, right?
I mean, with the subject matter is Pac Alive, but the beat selection is definitely New York grime.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
For sure. It's a chopped up sample with fucking kicks and snare, man. Like,
I guess it's just that hook when you're gonna go it's like, oh, okay, we're in California now. Like,
oh, for sure.
Okay,
for sure. But yeah, man, I feel like I got a lot of inspiration for like the golden era type of hip hop shit, like that I love. I grew up on, like the whole Hove and the Nas's and the Big L's and all sorts of shit, Common and shit. It's like kind of that type of vibe. It's got it going on, and I'm very excited about it. You know, I feel like it's kind of what's been missing out here. You know.
Dude, so there's so much good music coming out of Edmonton. I don't know if Edmonton hip hop's missing anything. You guys are occupying multiple different lanes and just doing them all beautifully, right? There's a lot of artists making a lot of good music out there.
Mad talented city, man. Yeah, without question. There's so many dope artists out here. It's a blessing, fam.
I always wondered if it's just because I lived there that I, am aware of all the dope artists in Edmonton, but I don't think it is, man. I think there is something special in Edmonton that a lot of motherfuckers have been making good hip hop there for like 20, 30 years at this point, you know, like there's a lot of established artists out there too. So
it's facts.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Facts, man. Shout out to every single one of them, man. It's love, man. And it's a great city to be a part of. And I'm just like so excited to see the growth of it all. Cause I've been out here doing this for a minute. Like the way it started, it was like hip hop was so limited. We didn't have that much shows. And now it's like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's so many dope artists and it's just great to see the evolution of it. You know, got nothing but love for my city, man. Straight up.
For real. Shouts to Edmonton. So, dude, the new Pac Alive track starts with Tupac kind of talking about how like he won't sell his soul. He never would sell his soul, kind of. And I wanted to ask you, like, do you think it's possible for an artist in 2024, like, even to get as big as Pac did? Because Pac, like, he really kind of walked the line between being like the real artist who's like making art however he wants to make it, saying whatever he wants to say, but he also found that like mainstream success to such a huge level, right? That
it was crazy.
Yeah, you know, you can barely compare anybody to his level of success, right?
Yeah, man. I don't mean like, you know what I'm saying? You can like say here and that, but like really did it like Pac did it. That's why I was like really had to pay homage to him, because that's a big part of the reason why I fucking started rap. Like Pac was one of the first hip hop artists that I listened to that I really was like, whoa, this is crazy, and this is something that like I might want to delve into. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Tupac. That's why I wanted to do the record. You know what I'm saying? It was an inspiration for
to tell you the truth, man. You threw me a little bit off telling me that it's going to be like an East Coast sound on the album, because I was going to ask you about like, do you think the West Coast has more influence on Edmontonians who came in? Because I don't know, like when I talked to Gutta and Old School, they were like, Edmonton's West. What are you talking about? Like this is the West.
We are West, but it's like, I don't think that we can put Edmonton in one pocket, because like if you depending on who you're talking to, like I feel like hip hop is obviously cut up into subgenres, and I feel like we don't have one sound. Like everyone is chasing their own like agenda and their own creativity, and that's kind of the beautiful thing. It's like a melting pot of all of the genres of hip hop within one city. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that we have like one specific sound here. You know?
Totally, man. Yeah, I think it's definitely the melting pot with all the different influences coming together or whatever. Dude, I noticed a line on the new one on Remember September or whatever, where you mentioned, you know, you mentioned Aubrey and Drake and kind of how he's not like us. And I wanted to ask you, dude, because I've been seeing like a lot of the hip hop media in Canada and a lot of the American ones who are talking about Canada because of the Kendrick Drake thing.
Right.
In the aftermath of it all, they're kind of setting it up like it's like Canada versus America or Canada versus Kendrick, like as though everybody in Canada, we all have to ride for Drake because we're Canadian or something, right? Like, and to me, like, I don't vibe with that.
Ride for us like that?
Yeah.
Did Drake ever ride for Canada like that, fam? That's what I can understand. The T-Dot cat. It's like, cool, bet. That's okay. You're putting off for the 6. Cool. But
if you're in Toronto and you've showed up at his parties and fucking shook hands with the guy and he's like, put on for you.
Really trying to put on for Canada, like in the position that Drake is in, like we never did no records with like Cardi or like, you know what I mean? With all of the people like Chocolate, all them cats that came before him, like,
I
don't know.
He went to Atlanta real quick, right?
Absolutely. Like,
fuck out of
admire what he was able to accomplish in this hip hop thing, man. And he has some super dope shit. And he's able to like transcend genres and shit. He does that singing thing and he has a rapping thing. And power to the man. But like, I don't hold no weight. Like, oh, I'm riding for Drake because, like, nigga, you don't ride for me. So, like, what do I don't
100%, man. I just wanted to hear some more voices saying that because I keep seeing American commentators being like, and it's Canada trying to keep all Kendrick's guys out or whatever. And I'm like, are we? Like, does anybody fucking care?
I don't think so.
No, nobody I talk to. No.
I don't know.
I agree, man. So, I did need to ask you that one about that, but that was a Nat Turner beat.
I know that's a big subject matter.
Yeah, so that was a Nat Turner beat, right? And he produced the rest of the entire album. How come you decided not to put it on the album?
We did it after. I just recorded that last weekend, to be honest.
Okay, nice, man.
Remember September? So
light work.
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, that's it. We just wanted to keep it going, man. I'm just trying to be super creative right now. I feel like the consistency is something that I kind of lacked prior, and to like really just staying, because I feel like it's such a microwave like motion with like people's attention span right now. Like there's like if you're not like staying there, you're lost in the fucking sauce and all the other fucking acts, right? So I'm just trying to like really keep my shit consistent right now.
It's got to be good and it's got to be consistent, man. Those,
good, right?
yeah,
but I have
both of those. Yeah,
I'm blessed to have the ability. I've been putting in so much work that like I feel like the quality is there, so I can have that consistency now. You know what I mean?
So what did the recording process for the new album look like?
Oh man, the recording process, like I do all the recording myself, right? I have my home studio in my basement. Like I had a music box studio there for 5 years or whatever. So I got my sound engineering and da. So I do all my shit myself. And then with this process, basically Nat sent me like fucking a million beats. And then whatever we did a bunch of records. We probably did, I don't know, 30 records, 30 different ideas. Maybe all of them come into full songs, and then we kind of picked what we were feeling or what I was feeling, and then I sent them over to Mac, and he did the final mixes on it and like the executive producing, which was super dope because it allowed me just to be an MC for once again. You know what I mean? And I haven't like had that feeling.
Sit back and let other people handle it.
I mean, like, so it was kind of dope, and then so he could put his little razzle dazzle and sprinkle on it, and it's just like, yes, I'm super happy with how it all came together, man. So shout out to the team, bro.
Beautiful, man. Can you tell me about Nat Turner? I've seen his name around on different things, but like he's an Edmonton-based producer, actually.
No, he's out from the East Coast, actually, man.
Okay.
So he's boy like T-Dot and all that. I know Mac is their brother. Mac and Nat are brothers, right? So that's how actually I got introduced to him, because me and Mac have been making music since Fantastic for a reason. He got production on that. So over a decade we've been riding doing shit. So like last year, him and his brother they were doing, I think weekly they were releasing records, and that's where I really got the attention. I was like, whoa, who are making these beats for you, fam? He's like, yo, this is my brother. And like I was like, no, I need to connect with him. And then
And does he do vocals too? Does he sing on some of that stuff? I feel like he was a singer as well. Or am I thinking of his brother Mac?
Mac is the singer. Okay, so I got him featured on for shit. So he does some singing. He does it all. You know, he does production, singing, rapping. He's a talented dude, man.
Nice,
for sure.
Yeah, it's good to have talented people around you, man. It pushes everybody forward, right?
That's what it's all about, man. You got to find the right people, man. Because if I can tell you anything, it's important and absolutely necessary to have the proper team to accelerate the dream. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man.
Because I've tried, man. It's a lot of work to do all this shit by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of all that work, man, like, independent artists now, we have to, if you're going to put out a project, you're supposed, like, I've seen somebody say you should have 30 pieces of content for every fucking song you want to drop. And I was just like, who could possibly do that? Like, who has time? Exactly. Whose fan base wouldn't get tired of seeing them post the same shit every fucking day? Like, you'd have to have a huge fan base or something. But like,
yeah, man, I still rock with quality over quantity still, to this day. Like, cause like, exactly, I get tired of seeing the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like your reach is only so far, like with the algorithms and shit, like you're really only showing so many people this shit. So unless you're paying for sponsored ads for every single piece of content you're putting out, like 100%. You're showing the same people, like, you know what I'm saying? So like you have to come with your own strategies. A lot of people say a lot of different shit, but you got to figure out what works for you and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's the promotional strategy for the new album then? I know you got one video, the Pac Alive video's out already.
Yeah, I got the Pac Alive one, and I got My Reasons. I don't know if you keep that one yet, so I got that. So we got about like 30,000 views on Got My Reason. I think 40 on Pac Alive right now. So I'm doing.
How long you been rolling this out, man? I feel like Got My Reasons was like fucking spring or something, wasn't it? Like I know the song, I can sing the hook in my head right now, but I felt like that was the last project.
I dropped it in August. It was summer.
Damn, dude, I listen to so much new music for Atzik every fucking week. It all blurs together. Okay,
I feel you, bro. So yeah, it's haven't been that long.
Yeah. Okay.
And then and then Pac Alive. So yeah, so I've been really, my marketing strategy is promotion, bro. Like marketing ads, like just trying to hit up certain demographics, like looking at my analytics and then saying, okay, where am I popping? And then just fucking promoting to those areas. And just like, I understand that like there's a certain amount of people that know me in Edmonton or whatever. So like, I'm trying to go outside of this, because as much as I love my city, like there's so many people in this world, fam. And I'm trying to like expand right?
100%, man.
So I've
Yeah.
been targeting like all this shit. I'm just targeting strategic markets that have been bumping my shit. Like, oh, I have a fucking little buzz over there. Let me fucking do sponsored ads. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what I've been pushing as far as the internet grind. So that's what I'm doing. And
Do
it's
you
been working
notice?
pretty well.
Do you notice analytics wise, it's pretty random where your listeners pop up, or is it like cities you toured through with the Outlaws or whatever?
Exactly.
You toured.
It's shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of been like places where I've stepped or I've touched base before, but then also some shit's random. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I was all I get like European spin still from like my tour with AZ and shout out Doug Crawford and all that.
Right.
But so like yeah, I guess just random shit. And like if I'm getting a little buzz over there, I'm like, boom, target that market. You know what I'm saying? And I understand like from touring that like there's certain areas that are like looking for the type of hip hop that I'm making, right? So I'm just trying to target that. And then also sometimes I'm just doing random shit. Like, okay, let me see if I can get a little buzz over here or wherever it is. So I'm just like just investing in myself and just trying to find my tribe, man. That's nice, man. Really what it is.
You've been doing a lot of shows lately?
Here and there, you know what I'm saying? I've kind of been taking it to like the online since COVID. COVID kind of like switched up the whole fucking game. Because prior to that, I was on the road. I was out in Miami. I was going crazy. COVID came, shut down everything, as you know.
Yeah.
And then I slowly been kind of building back up. But like it was an opportunity for me to take a different approach, right? So I was like, within that time, I like got into sync licensing. And so I've been doing a lot of shit on the TV front and like, video games and shit like that. So
I read about that in your bio. It says you did 2 albums for Sync, right? Specifically?
Yeah, I'm up to 4 now. We're up to 4 now. Shout out to my homeboy Adam Little out of North Carolina anyway. North Carolina or something. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, wonderful.
Anyway, so yeah, he did $1 Billion Dreams Volume 1. We did Go Nuts. I found him and he produced that for me. And then he hit me up. He's like, yo, I'm in this lane. And like, funny enough, at the same time, I was doing research. I'm like, how could I get into this lane of sync licensing? And he's like, yo, this is what I'm doing. Like, we should work together. And like, yeah. So since then, we got 3 albums signed, and we're working on the 4th one right now. A bunch of other little singles, this different
smart,
music libraries. Yeah. It's been super good, bro. We have like over 30 placements and just different little Oprah Winfrey Network, Love Island, like all sorts of shit, man.
I was really just going to say, you see a lot of shows like Love Island style or fucking, I don't know, even like the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they're always playing hip hop and I don't ever recognize any of it or whatever, right? Like,
that might be me, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's a little bit. You got to think of different ways outside of the box to get your money up because Spotify ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So.
Sync licensing feels kind of daunting though. Like, do you have to be a half a lawyer to get into that shit or like?
No, man. You got to have drive and you have to have dope music, right?
Yeah.
Sure, you have to be a certain caliber of artist. It's not for everybody because the music libraries pick what they like, right? Like, so you can make the music, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna land anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've heard those conversations with other people where they're like, "Oh, it's not working," whatever. So like, yeah, man, if you're able, like, I'm a very versatile artist, so I can make like whatever.
For sure.
And I've been blessed enough to land some pretty dope placements through this shit. So I'm gonna continue rocking with that.
So when like your bio says you have albums that you made for sync only, will anybody else ever hear them? Like, will they ever hit streaming or
actually,
whatever your .com?
Gramoscope was my first 2 placements. They actually just this year released the 2 albums onto Spotify. So like they're there for your listening enjoyment. There's Love and Hip Hop and then Hip Hop Heartbreak. So basically you get whatever array of songs that's based on one subject matter and then you submit them, right? And they have different criteria that they're looking for. And so basically
that makes sense. So that way when the show producers are looking for a song hip hop that's about love, they can find it easy or whatever, right?
Exactly, bro. You know?
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense, man.
So, so we got that. I got the Love Hip Hop one, I got the Heartbreak one, and then I got this championship that we just got signed like 3 or 4 months ago onto a new sync licensing library. So yeah, man, it's going really good.
And do the albums have to be made specifically for like, or is there anything stopping you from? Could you have also put them on Spotify at the same time had you wanted to?
So once the libraries like sign them on, it's contractual, right? So like they have a certain percentage that they own, and I own a certain percentage. Producer owns a certain percentage, so it's basically in their hands. So it's not something that I'm promoting on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Okay.
it's okay, man, because yeah,
That's interesting, man. No, it's just music business industry stuff that, like, you know,
yeah,
a
that's
lot of
it,
people
man.
probably wonder about, but don't get to actually figure
No,
out
for sure, for
ever,
sure. But
you know.
there's a million ways to skin a cat too. Like there's different ways and different avenues. Like the libraries aren't the only way to get into sync licensing too. Like there's different people that like just look like you can go to that are looking for one specific thing and that you can get royalties off of that or whatever too. But the way
Right.
that I've entered is through the libraries. And
Yeah.
so that's you have specific content and then you submit it as an album form, right?
Nice.
And yeah.
Can I just ask you? So I've been working on a theory as I've been doing all these interviews with artists across the country,
Right.
and the more people I talk to, the more I think it might be true. But I think it might take 2 generations to make a successful musician at this point. Like I feel like a lot of the people who I've spoken to who have any level of success, either their uncle or their dad or their brother or somebody is like, you know, oh, he used to be a DJ or he was in a band and kind of showed me the ropes even. Like, I'm not saying that it's all like secret handshake, oh, they got given these positions, but I feel like a lot of them had strong musical influences around them, right? Like coming up.
Yeah, facts.
Did you have a musical family?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My pop was a DJ coming up. He like my family's from Jamaica. When they were like teenagers, they came out to Canada and Toronto, and they did like, and then they came out to Edmonton, and they're doing their DJ thing hard. And yeah, my dad was a hard DJ, and then my uncle helped produce fucking Backbone Slide, Meister Fresh, bro.
Damn.
So yeah, we definitely have
classics
musical influence
in the family.
You know, it's in the blood, fam.
Yeah, nice.
It runs in the family for sure.
For
you know?
real.
And just being around that type of environment lets you know that it's like a possibility, right? So you're like, oh shit, like. Yeah. So
yeah, it's tough to imagine things you've never seen done, right? Like, so I think just seeing somebody do something kind of, dude, even seeing you guys selling mixtapes gave me the idea, like, shit, you could sell mixtapes out of a backpack.
Right.
So I went back to the boonies and tried selling my mixtape out of a backpack. You know what I mean? Like, it was, so it's monkey see, monkey do shit, you know?
We're all makes it real, fam. Once you see it, it's a real thing. Like, oh shit, someone's successful at this. This isn't just a fucking weird thought, you know?
Yeah,
that's it.
On Got My Reasons, dude, you talk about like kind of the drive, the big reasons that you're still making music.
Yeah.
What would you say still pushes you to keep dropping projects at this point?
I just love it, man. Like there's no world that I exist in where I'm not going to be creating. Like at this process, it's like it's a part of it's my therapy, it's my love, it's my passion, man. Like it's beyond, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even like if people weren't even listening to it, if it was all just like whatever, I'd still be doing it because I love it. I'm like, I need to. It's my expression. It's how I get the shit off my chest.
That's a question that KRS-One asks in the Gospel of Hip Hop about like if there was nobody watching and nobody fucking paying any attention, would you still be doing this thing?
And that's it. It's like it's not even about that for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's about the creative process and like bringing something out of your mind into the realities. Like it's like magic, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like
for real. It does feel like magic, man.
I just love that process. It is, man. I'm like, because sometimes I hear myself back. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very enjoyable experience for me, and it's something I'm gonna be doing forever. As long as I'm alive, I'll be fantastic. You know what I mean?
Good to hear it, man. Good to hear it. Kind of playing off of that, a question I ask a lot of different people that I get interesting answers from is, do you get more fulfillment on stage or more fulfillment from being in studio and like just actually making the music? And you kind of just answered it, but
that's a tough one for me. I love performing, man. But it was that's a tough one for me, man. I love the creative process 100% of taking nothing and making it into something. Yeah. But I also love, like, I'm a very energetic performer, and I perform with like a live band. I got the guitar. Shout out Joel Briggs. Shout out Corey Ward. Shout out DJ Herbs. Like, I got my band, and we're doing our thing. So I honestly love performing, man. Like, I love to see the crowd's reaction and like the energy that they give back to you is just like it's unmatched, man. It's a high in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's drugs right there.
For real.
For
There's a
real.
reason people keep chasing that one, man. Yeah.
That's it, man. That's a powerful thing, man. And I love and enjoy it. So I feel like it's the whole thing. It's the whole package for me. You
Yeah.
know, I
Hell yeah,
couldn't say
man.
it's one or the other. It's the combination of both of them. Because like creating the track and then performing the track and then seeing the reaction of the track, it's like all a part of the same, manifestation. It's wild.
For real. So, dude, after all this time in the kind of music industry, like, what does success look like to you? Are you still kind of chasing a success goal,
I feel
or
successful right now, bro? Like I
there you
get to do
go?
what
Okay.
I love every day. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like to be honest, like people are always like, "What's success?" Success is that I'm fucking 38 years old. I've been rapping since I was like 12, and I fucking have people that love my shit. That I'm able to put it out and get responses, and that it's continuing to grow, and I can keep improving, and I fucking love it, man. Like that's success to me. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like money's cool, but I've attained money, and there's multiple ways to make dough. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to continue to elevate and continue to push the culture and just like enjoy doing what I love, man. Like I said before, it's my passion, right? So fucking success is just like, yeah, I'm already successful.
Already there. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
beautiful,
saying?
man. Yeah, congratulations on that, dude. Not everybody feels that way or whatever. A lot of people
You
are
know?
still chasing something. Yeah.
Says fuck chasing, man. I'm attracting, bro. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out and strategize how to bring it to more people. Yeah, that's it.
This one's a little bit like introspective or whatever. We'll just change gear a little bit here, but like, what's something you'd be grateful for looking back? Like, what's something you've been grateful for throughout your artistic career, throughout the music industry?
Yeah, man, so much, so much. The people that just like put me on, the people that didn't have to, like the fucking people that are my fans, like number one. Like
Yeah.
I am most appreciative to the people that take time out of their fucking busy schedules to fucking press play on something that I'm doing. Like you don't owe me nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I absolutely love y'all. Like that shit is like the most powerful thing to me. That and like the messages I get back, like when the music helps somebody and it like they feel like it uplifted them or took them out of a dark place, like that shit. That's why I do this shit
For
without
real.
question, bro.
Nice,
You know
man.
what I mean? That's my shit.
Dude, in your bio, you talk about kind of like incorporating some rock influence, and you just mentioned that you perform with a live band and have a guitar player up there with you and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you listen to rock music, or like what are you
Yeah.
listening to on a day-to-day basis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking listen to everything, bro. I am genreless. I listen to what I consider it just sounds good to me. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
honestly came up. I'm an Edmonton boy. Like I came up on fucking wild rock. Like and in the '90s, I was listening to like Metallica to this day, like Metallica to fucking Silverchair to fucking Green, all sorts of shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm everywhere. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't like to be in boxes, man. You know, but obviously I'm a hip hop head for sure.
Well, you
But
can
I'm
hear the
also
versatility
just
in
like,
your music, though. You do all sorts
yeah,
of different styles, man.
yeah.
So
I'm
yeah.
just I love music. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like everything, bro. From soul to R&B to rock to fucking. There's some country shit I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like I really don't limit myself.
For real. How about this, dude? Is the era of labels done? The era of major labels done? Like, do artists
Yeah, I
even
think
want to
so.
be a major label artist anymore?
I don't.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I feel like we're what this internet age has brought to the artists is the power to really have that type of control. You know what I'm saying? Although labels do have the fucking network, right? Because that's what they really hold is like they have that straight one contact to the radio station or wherever they need to put the place the music. It can be there in the snap of your fingers. So that's
Right.
still, if it's a right, but you have to be smart about the business because a lot of these people are getting raped on the deals, man. Like it's so common,
Yeah.
So like
The 360 deals
but like
now are
with that,
selling away your like rights for AI stuff or whatever
you
now
know what I'm
too,
saying?
right?
Like everything, you're selling everything. Like you're show everything. Everything's in the contract now. So it's like, yeah, man, it's not. If the contract was right, you know what I'm saying? If you're able to bring everything to the table, like say like Hove did, and you got the whole label signed onto the label. If you're doing something like that, maybe that'd be something that I would work with. But like
Sure.
ultimately, I'm just trying to build and grow and just like yeah, own my shit, man.
Indies are pretty empowered at this point, just from the tech landscape, right?
But you also have to have the business savvy and like the understanding. You can't just like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm independent," because you can't do anything else too. You know, they stop front. Like there's a line. You know.
Yeah.
So,
dude, this is one I've got. I've actually sparked some controversy with this question before, but would you rather have one $20 CD sale or 30,000 streams?
one $20 CD sale, one of them, or 30,000.
So one CD sale to somebody or 30,000 streams. I've got people answer both sides, right?
Oh. I'd probably say 30,000 streams right now where I'm headed. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. You've already done the 30,000 CD sales, I guess. So
yeah, that's it. And I mean, like, give me 30,000 CD sales. I'll take that over 30,000 streams, though. Don't get it fucked up.
Sure.
But yeah, ultimately, yeah, over $20. Like, and that's just in the hands of one person, and maybe they go show a couple of their friends. But if 30,000 organic people are pressing play on the music, I'm taking that all day.
Yeah. Well, and if the music is good, which your music is, you're going to get some fans out of that 30,000 streams, right? So, yeah.
That's exactly it. That's the hope, right? So,
yeah. The other side of that argument, though,
copy some CD.
Yeah, right. I've heard people say, well, I'd rather have one person who really fucks with my music like that and is willing to put $20 forward. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. But if I got 30,000 streams, bet I'll sell 1,000 CDs.
Exactly. Yeah. If the music's good, you'll find some people in that 30,000 for sure.
You're gonna find at least a couple hundred. Come on, dog. What are you doing?
Hell yeah.
You know.
How about this, dude? What's the most annoying thing about being a rapper in Edmonton? Vent something for us.
Fucking. The most
annoying. Yeah. The worst thing about being a rapper in Edmonton. What is it?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of annoying shit about being a rapper in Edmonton, to be honest. But I'll say one of the most annoying thing I'm thinking about right now is just being compared to like fucking Joe Schmo that just started rapping yesterday. Like, oh, I'm a rapper, and like,
right?
You fucking go there and like, I'm a rapper, and they think I'm fucking Joe Schmo over there. But like, no, bro. Like, this isn't the same. It's just like, just because that's the label doesn't mean that we put in the same type of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put the dedication and time and fucking money and investments that I put into this shit isn't the same as buddy that just started last week and it's like, I'm a rapper, and they look at us the same. That shit's annoying. Right there.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's the same, dog.
I like that. About what sacrifices does an artist need to make to be successful? With an album called, Won't Sell Your Soul, I feel like you might have something to say on that.
I mean, like, if it's something that you truly love, like, and you want to be successful in it, you got to sacrifice the bullshit, man. Like, maybe you're not going to the club every night. Instead, you're going to the studio. Maybe you're fucking, you can't do those little things with your friends like that because you're putting in the time of work and trying to figure out how to build a bigger brand. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able and willing to get rid of the instant gratification for the bigger picture later on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. I like that answer. So there's a section here I'm trying to speed us into because I see we're coming up on an hour already, but I like to ask, how important is this or that? You can be brief or long-winded and, answer any way you like. But so how important is having a good stage show for an MC?
Fucking 100% important.
Yeah.
100% important. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? If it doesn't translate from the studio, like, once people come see you and it's just dog shit, like, you lost those people. No, I feel like for me personally, when I go to a show and they're trash, like, I'm done. Like that, you lost me, dog. That's not real. It's not authentic. So I feel like it's very important to have that presence.
Yeah, that's the common consensus. I'm still kind of waiting for somebody to tell me they don't need a stage show, but yeah.
Nah, that's just bullshit, bro. You need, unless you're not a performer, I guess, like, you don't do any shows and you're just like really buzzing off like TikTok or something, which like it exists in this new
that's
day
the
and
one.
Age,
yeah.
Power to you. But like, fucking for me, like, there's lots of artists that I've found that I've never heard on the internet. I found from their stage, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it's super important as well. How about music videos in 2024? How important is a music video?
I feel like, I don't know if people watch them as much as they used to. Like, I feel like it was super important when it was like Much Music Days and like, BT, like, you watch watching, you know, like 106 and Park and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like then it was like crazy. I feel like now there's like so many, like people are just recording shit on their phone and still getting like millions of views and shit like that. So I feel like the importance is like it's kind of lost.
Yeah, you don't need a full music video anymore. You need 30-second clips or whatever.
I need
right?
clips, you know, content shit. But like I don't know, I'm a student of the old school, so I do shit that I love. You know, I feel like it gives you certain like advantage if you have like a professional looking like content that you're putting out, visuals to your project. It just like it makes you stand above some of these other people.
Some of the other guys calling themselves rappers who just picked up the mic 3 weeks ago or whatever, right?
That's it. Stop it.
Yeah. How important is getting grants for a Canadian artist?
It depends on how much money you make, fam.
That's a good answer. Yeah, 100% it does. How about opening when big name rappers come through town? How important is that?
Some that I've done a lot, you know what I mean? And it's good, man. It's good to have a resume of shows, 100%, right? But if you're able to generate shows on your own where you're consistently bringing people out, like it's not really that important to like really be an opener if you're able to have that type of power to have people come in. But it's beneficial, I think. Yeah, you know, for sure.
Definitely. I think, you know, a lot of people have told me like it depends on who the artist is. Make sure you're getting in front of the right crowd or whatever. You don't want to be
like for sure. That does count too, man. Like if you're a fucking trap rapper and you're opening up for fucking Lupe Fiasco, sometimes that shit don't line up. You know what I mean? Like you gotta make a smart decision.
What the crowd's looking for real.
That's it.
This one's interesting, asking, you know, guys out in the boonies in Edmonton, man, not really a hip hop spot per se, but how important is an artist's physical location?
Yeah, I mean, like this day and age is fucking not as important as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But like you make it, man. You know what I mean? Like back in 03, like when we were out there selling those CDs, there was no fucking hip hop here. Like there was. Don't get me wrong. And shout out to all the like OGs and all that. No disrespect, but like the scene wasn't like that. You know what I mean? But we went out and we fucking made it so. You know what I mean? We made a club night for ourselves. Well, so we created it, right? So it's like it's the drive that you have for what you're trying to create, your own vision, right? So it doesn't matter where the fuck you're at. It's about what you're gonna do. Where you're at. It's not about what you're at. It's what you're trying to accomplish and how much work you're gonna put into it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I dig it. How important is staying physically fit for an artist? Talk to some different people about this one. Yeah.
I think it's pretty fucking important, especially if you're trying to have a good fucking stage performance. Like it's pretty hard to fucking rap double time for fucking an hour when you're fucking overweight and you know what I mean? Like, hey, power to you if you can, but I mean, you'd probably be better at it if you're like more physically in tune, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. Even Big Pun's stage show probably went downhill when he rode out on a moped or whatever, right? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty important, man. It's important for life in general. Listen, you know what I mean? Fuck that.
For real.
Stay in shape. Drink some water. You know what I
mean? Be healthy, kids. Yeah.
Be healthy, man.
How about this, dude? How important is finding or having the right romantic partner for an artist?
Fucking super important. And this is life shit. But like if you're going to, like you can just fucking be single and fucking focus. But if you have the wrong partner in life, you'll fucking ruin your whole shit.
Yeah.
You'll ruin your whole shit. Facts. That's just like fuck rap. That's just life, man. Like you get like straight up. Like but like especially for artists, like you're trying to put this much time and dedication and like these sacrifices. Like maybe I can't take you on a date every weekend, baby. And you got to be willing to understand that I got a bigger vision. If you're not that person, and you ain't fucking benefiting the dream, right? Or the goal. So like that ain't gonna work. You have to have the right person. Absolutely.
Definitely, man.
Super important.
How about this? How important is pressing vinyl? You ever been on vinyl before?
I haven't. So I'm thinking about it. In the future, but I don't feel like I feel like that's a niche market, especially in this day and age. I feel like it's a super dope thing to do, but I don't think it's like important. Like you can live life without it for sure.
You got to be real sure you're gonna sell them. You know, that's the thing. It's such a big price tag to order the fucking things. Yeah,
that's it. Not everyone's spending those nowadays, though. There is people that do, and if that's your lane, then go for it. But like, I don't think that makes or break you by any means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
some people just, you know, think like vinyl is so hip hop that you can't be hip hop without vinyl, or I don't know, something along those lines. But
hey, power to you, man. And that's hey, well, hey, that's not the only way, man.
To each their own, man. Yeah, for real. How about the ability to freestyle? You freestyle? How important is the ability to freestyle?
Yes, I mean, so what kind of rapper you want to be? Like, if you're a lyricist and you want to be known as like an MC, man, you better be an MC. That's a part of the fucking craft, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know?
This one's a curveball. This is the last of these how important questions. How important is an MC's political leaning? How important does that matter?
I mean, like, it fucking doesn't matter because there's people on both sides of the fence, so you just got to be able to push to those people.
Right. Find your market and talk to them.
Find your market. Yeah. They'll fucking buy whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. All right, dude. Well, I got a few questions that I asked just everybody as we sign out. Can you describe the local Edmonton hip hop scene?
It's growing. It's growing. It's super talented. Shout out to all the young cats coming up. I see you. Shout out to the OG still doing it. I see you. I got nothing but love for you. Let's fucking work. And it's growing and it's beautiful, man. Shout out to all the promoters and everybody that's bringing hip hop to Edmonton because it wasn't known as an Edmonton spot, but we're growing and we're becoming, man. And I'm proud of us.
You think it's as strong now as it has been through the 2000s? Like, because I've had people say, you know, it used to be stronger, more shows used to happen, things like that. You think it's stronger now than it has been?
COVID fucked up everything. I mean, like, it fucked up everything, but like, that's only one lane of hip hop. Yeah. Like, the amount of people that are it's a different, that's like saying, like, you know, like, people aren't renting movies anymore. Like, Netflix exists now. Like, there's different, you know what I'm saying?
The music's still coming out. It's just not happening at shows around the city necessarily. Yeah. That makes sense. Can you give some shout outs to artists from the scene who people should be up on?
Yeah, man. Shout out, man. Ain't nobody that you don't know. Probably shout out to Riz, man. Always K Riz, my dog, man. There's so many cats. Shout out to Mac Malone. Shout out to Nat Turner. Shout out to my people, my team, you know what I mean? Shout out to fucking Arlo. Shout out to Muta. Shout out to fucking Moraine, you know what I mean? Shout out to fucking everybody on the album. Shout out to Seven Side Smokey's fucking been doing his thing. He's on the come up. See you, homie. Shout out to Kripel, man. He's killing it out here, man. Shout out to fucking Trips and Doom Squad, Autumn Cash. Shout out to fucking Brothers Grim Autumn, man. Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I mean? Love is love. If you work it, keep working, man. I see you. That's what it is.
Hell yeah. Who'd you say is featured on this upcoming album?
We got Seven Side Smoke on there. We got Trips from Doom Squad on there. Yep. We got Moraine on there. I got K Riz on there. I got Jin Ting. Shout out to her. I got Mac Milan's doing some vocals and it's got a couple verses on there, so that's a
solid roster, bro. Nicely done. Yeah. How about plans for shows or tours coming up?
Pardon me?
Plans for shows or tours coming up? Where can people see you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little release party, a little intimate, interactive release party with the project coming up, bro. Before the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure on the date on that one, but that's what I got.
Yeah,
lining up.
For sure. Where can people watch you on social media?
Social media, Deuce Fantastick Music on everything. You know what I mean? Just check my website, deucefantastick.com.
Beautiful. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. These Zoom calls are tough that way, but you got tours coming up too, you were going to say?
We got some shit coming up. Yeah, we're going to be international again. I'm back on the road, baby. Shout out to the team. You know what I'm saying? We working for sure. Not to say too much, but no working, baby.
Yeah. So keep watching the social media. And to sign out here, man, I always like to ask people, what's the best way to support artists? You or anybody else?
Fucking buy. Yeah. Buy merchandise. Support. So share the shit. There's so many ways. If you ain't got no money, just share the shit. Yeah. Why not? If you feeling it, comment, share it. You know what I mean? Show your friends. Why not?
Hell yeah, man.
Show your friends, man. It's easy.
All right, dude. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I haven't had a chance to meet you before this, so it was nice to meet you. And keep sending music over, bro. I'll keep playing it on AtSick, and people should definitely be tapping in, waiting for the what did you say? October 22nd release date for
22nd. It's going down, baby. Deuce.
All right,
October 22nd. Let's get it.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Sold Not For Sale on the way.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
Peace. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Deuce Fantastick. out there dropping albums, always high quality. You should definitely tap in, find his music. You know, Pac Alive is one of my favorite singles that's dropped recently. Played that, I think, on ATSIC 530 or something like that. Maybe it was 531 even. I don't know, one way or the other. This interview will be behind ATSIC 532. You can find After the Smoke is Clear over on mixcloud.com/Doobyis. It's my weekly mix show where I put together an hour worth of independent Canadian hip-hop every week. It's always new release. We never play anything twice. My homie DJ Dice helps me out doing the mixes a lot of the time. Otherwise, I do them myself. But they're much prettier when he does them. And, you know, they come out every week. So hit up Mixcloud. Doobyis.com is the hub for everything that I do. Shouts to Deuce Fantastick. Shouts to the entire Edmonton hip-hop scene. I see you. I appreciate you. And hopefully people keep coming back. We're doing interviews every Tuesday for Flying Formation. Next week, I'm talking to B1 the Architect, dope MC / producer / engineer / man with many hats in the music industry out of Toronto. October 15th, I'm talking to Mickey O'Brien and his group Magic Show. It's Mickey O'Brien along with Max Moon and Johnny Business are the three guys in that group. October 22nd, I'm talking to Spitty, MC from Brampton. I met him a couple years ago for Flying Formation in the first season of Flying Formation, so it'll be good to catch up with him. He's been on, you know, a world tour. He was over in India and shit, so we'll have lots to talk about there. He's got a brand new album, I think just dropped like 4 days ago now or whatever. And then October 29th, I'm talking to S, who also just dropped a new album. I should say Spitty's new album is called Motherland, and yeah, it dropped I think Thursday last week or Friday last week. And S's new album is with Shark. So S and Shark have a new album called Reflections, which just dropped. I'm talking to S on October 29th. Come through, say hi and chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. And I always have fun doing these things and, you know, get to learn a little something as I do them every time. So it's always good. Keep coming through chat. Tell me when my mic is muted. Yeah.